If your sugar cravings make you feel like a crazy person because you feel like you've done absolutely everything you can and you cannot, for the life of you, stop feeling out of control with food, you are in the right place, my friend. You are not crazy. You are not broken. The reason why you're still stuck in this cycle is because you've been addressing this as a food problem when it's actually a nervous system problem. And today you're going to learn my 2-minute method to actually stop the source of sugar cravings so that you're not going to end up in this mess anymore, because you've been trying to address this on the surface and you haven't been addressing that first domino, and that is why you're still stuck. Take it from me. I struggled with this for over 20 years. I did over 15 years of therapy, which never worked. And once I figured this out, I broke free in just a few months. My client Hannah equally convinced herself she was a sugar addict because she had spent her whole life in Overeaters Anonymous programs, sugar addiction programs, therapy. She became a nutritionist. She's a personal trainer. She thought, I can somehow figure out how to stop these sugar cravings, but she couldn't until she actually learned through my methodology that this is a nervous system problem, and she learned the exact system and tools that led her to freedom. And fast forward to now, she's living a life she said she only dreamed about. She does not use food in any capacity like this. She doesn't have sugar cravings anymore, and that's pretty much a miracle. So I'm going to teach you that exact method now, and what I want you to hear is that if you're deeply struggling, do not let this go on another day, and do not try to face this alone. Yes, we need tools, but we actually need a full methodology and expert support and accountability to get us those results, just like Hannah had and just like I had. So if you don't want to face this alone and you want a root cause method to get you to a place of freedom, you're welcome to book a complimentary one-on-one body confidence and food freedom call with me. On that call, we're going to talk through where you're getting stuck. We're going to develop a personalized blueprint for you to break free, and we're going to learn whether working together is the right fit. And even if it's not, you're going to leave off after that call feeling like you have so much clarity and that you know exactly what you need to do moving forward. So that is available in the link below. Now let's get into it. Right before we jump into this 2-minute solution, I have to tell you exactly why this is going to work, okay? This is why willpower fails and why this method works. So high achieving women fall into this trap day in and day out where they try to solve sugar cravings with more logic, negotiation with themselves. They set more rules. I know you tell yourself things like, just stop. And if you're the kind of woman who has built a life off of your discipline and achievements, I get it. This makes perfect sense because discipline and your achievement has gotten you far in a lot of areas. So that's what's confusing here. But cravings and sugar cravings are very different because when you have a sugar craving, your nervous system is often in a threat state. You feel overloaded, you feel pressured, depleted, lonely, wired, or numb and shut down. And in that state, the body is asking for one thing and one thing only: relief. So the craving isn't just, I want sugar. The craving is actually saying, I need relief, I need comfort, I need a break, I need something predictable right now that makes me feel good. So sugar cravings are your nervous system trying to solve a regulation problem with the fastest source and tool that it knows. And this is also why therapy can feel very limiting for this specific behavior. And it's not because therapy isn't helpful, it is, but insight alone is not going to change your body's automatic responses or your lack of regulation in your nervous system. You can understand this logically all you want and still feel completely out of control with food because cravings live in the nervous system, not the logical mind. So you need a method that actually speaks to the nervous system bottom up, not just top down, so that you can actually stop this at the source. And I am going to show you one of the fastest ways to actually do that. And we're going to do it together. And before we do that 2-minute method, I want to set the expectation that matters if your goal is to actually quit sugar forever. This method needs to be practiced. It's not one and done. Okay, this is the thing that's going to actually support you to bring those craving levels down from a 10 to a 4, and from a 4 to a 2, and to a 2 to a 1, etc. Forever comes from actually repeating things, having a system, all of those things together. So let's not create the expectation that you're going to do this once and then all of a sudden you're magically cured. Practice, repeat, save this, etc. So now let's do this together. All right, so what I want you to do is actually, on a scale of 1 to 10, rate how strong this craving is for sugar in this moment. 1 to 10, 10 meaning the highest it could actually be, okay? So pause, write that down, do whatever you need to do, notice what's coming up in your body. And now we're gonna use an evidence-based methodology that actually speaks to your brain the amygdala, all the parts of your brain that tell your brain to shut off the stress response, which are the very centers that are causing you to have the sugar craving. So even if it feels weird and looks weird, this is an evidence-based modality that you're going to use with me, and you're going to see how great it works. So tap where I tap on my body and repeat after me. Even though I have this strong craving right now for sugar, and part of me feels like I really need it, and my brain is saying there is no way that I can find this relief without sugar, I'm open to creating safety in my body without turning to food. Even though this is something I've been really ashamed of, telling myself that I just need more willpower, today I've learned this isn't a willpower problem. That part of my brain is not even online when I have sugar cravings. So no wonder I've been getting stuck. Sugar cravings are just a sign that my nervous system needs support. Not that I lack willpower. When this sugar craving is activated in me, sugar feels like relief. But it's not the only form of relief I can find. I'm teaching my nervous system it's safe to feel whatever it's feeling. That we have other ways to regulate. And that we don't have to turn to food as the only exit strategy. This is my new regulation strategy. Take a nice easy breath. Notice how you feel. I want you to do a little look around the room that you're in. Take in your surroundings. This helps to communicate to the nervous system you're safe and okay. And notice where that craving is now, 1 to 10. We're not expecting an overnight miracle, as I said. Even if this shifts 1 level down, that's a sign that your nervous system is understanding how to downshift and regulate. And the more that we do this, the more that we program in the mind, the body, hey, we got options. I don't just have to go to food automatically because you've taught me I actually learn how to feel safe. That's how magic is made. And remember, if you're feeling relief from this, it's evidence that things are actually going to change when you have the right tools and the right support in place. So you do not have to keep doing this alone. If you are looking for a root cause methodology, a full system, accountability, expert support, all the ingredients you need to actually overcome this for good, you can book a complimentary one-on-one body confidence and food freedom call with me. This isn't a call to sell you anything. This is to have a simple conversation to understand your struggles, your goals, and to see if working together is the right fit. And if it is, fantastic. And if it isn't, then that means you're going to leave having had a full hour of rich conversation and an action plan to move forward. So either way, there is no reason why you shouldn't be booking that call if you are struggling. Now, this is the last very important piece I want you to hear. A tool helps, but a system is what actually changes your life, okay? So what I don't want is for this to become one thing you just tried, you forget about, and then you blame yourself that it didn't permanently fix your problems overnight. We do this all the time. Tools without a system are not going to work long term, okay? So you have to do them consistently. And otherwise, you can't expect big results. What you're missing isn't effort. What you're missing is a full system. So nervous system's patterns change through a system, repetition, sequencing, and support. Meaning, you need to learn how to regulate your nervous system before cravings hit, not just during it, because that's the hardest time to change things. You need to identify what states trigger your sugar urges, what states trigger your pressure, your shutdown, your nervous system overwhelm. You need to learn how to dismantle this whole loop that fuels this cycle to begin with, and how to rebuild trust with your body so that food stops feeling like a threat. That's how to actually quit sugar forever. That's how that outcome actually becomes true, because your body starts fundamentally learning how to regulate itself and how to rewire the behavioral patterns of using food as a coping strategy. That's exactly how women like Hannah finally got their life back after years of struggling. It's not because they found the single best tool, okay? It's because they found a full approach that actually addressed this from the root cause, that had accountability, that had support, so they didn't have to do it alone. So what I want you to do from here, here's your action plan. Save this video. Next time you have a sugar craving, don't wait until it's already a 10 out of 10 and you're standing in the pantry, half box of cookies already eaten. I want you to use that method I just taught you. Take 2 to 3 minutes. Use that tool the second you feel that urge climbing, and better yet, you can use it at the very beginning of the day when the urge isn't even there, because that's how you're going to actually reprogram this at the source. Okay, so save it, use the tool. And as I've said before, if you are ready for deeper support and a root cause approach, you know you don't want to do this alone, because that ain't gonna work, and you're tired of surface level methods, you're tired of talking things out in therapy, you want action, you want change, book that one-on-one body confidence and food freedom call. You will not regret it. We're going to map out what's really driving your cycle, what needs to shift, and you're going to leave with a personalized blueprint to break free, or better yet, a full proven system and a program that's going to help you to do that. So I will see you on that call, and I want you to hear you do not have to keep living like this. I know the agony of feeling imprisoned by these struggles, and I also know the gift and the incredible life-changing peace that happens when you finally decide to break free. See you on the call.